in ignorance. But I've never seen ignorance and sensitivity go together. So I can't remember names. All right, we understand that. There's age factors, there's different levels of educational ability, retentive abilities, and ability to read. But I'm making it audible. If you want to correct it and say, clarify some words, here in a moment, I'll let you do that, to clarify some word about the news. Oh, Jesus Christ. But the emotional pressure of seeing people sit in a meeting when you know you can't get them to listen when you're talking out in the open. But if there's 6 or 7 that do, you think, well, they may be your successors' potential. They may be a part of the leadership council that would succeed the movement and safeguard it if anything happened to me. So I continue to give the news. There's only 6 or 7 that listen. It's most disarming and painful and agonizing to watch people who are supposed to be leaders show no respect whatsoever, talk, and even come in after I speak the news as if that's their prerogative. Well, God damn you to hell, it's not your prerogative. You have no right to do that. This organization is built upon the dictatorship of the proletariat, and I am, God damn it, very much in control. The one way I can ease my tension is to raise my voice and my level of anger. I'll raise that level of anger, invoke martial law, and see, goddammit, that we get some consistency in this son of a bitch in place. Do you read me? I know what corrects. I know that I don't like this stance. I hate it. But I know what relieves the pressure that I internalize. I'm sick and tired of when you are here under the goddamn earphone, you don't listen. Don't fuck with me next time. Do I make myself clear? Don't fuck with me next time. Don't any analyst take it upon yourself to laugh and do little cheery things amongst yourself. Because I don't give a shit that you listen to me. You dumbass motherfuckers, I only want you to grow up and care like I care. And you piss-ass, damn dumb idiots that won't listen when you have the opportunity, God damn you, God damn you, God damn you. Work some people in the school system to death. Educators have to pressure. I feel such a burden for them. That's part of the emotion. I go to class today, this afternoon, and see some of you playing with your goddamn notes while Sarah was teaching. One little lad, I'd like to catch his ass. He was next to Brenda. You don't know what was going on? He was right next to you. No, he wasn't. I was right, no, it wasn't you. Sitting, playing, reading down under his nose, smiling back and forth. When we're talking about the emancipation of slaves, when we're talking about 15 million slaves brought over, 12 million of them died. We're talking about the historic struggle, things you need to notice and take note of in Guyana. Slavery was abolished 50 years before it was in USA, in spite of the Dutch East Indies Company, which was noted for its mercilessness, its terror, its inhumanity, and yet they were emancipated 50 years better than the slaves were before in USA, and then even though they bred slaves a while after, they still had 30 years. Blacks here in this country were freed 30 years before USA. A clear picture to you how wicked USA is. It was the last, in spite of England known for its brutality and its barbarism, and the Dutch East India colony, East Indies colony. That's a part of this goddamn circulatory thing. It's very infuriating to have to talk and to be pressured. And the indifference. And then when I'm talking to have people climb in on my ass, just like you've got a right just to climb in on my ass no matter who I'm talking to, and move in. Now when I'm sitting in a chair or sitting there counseling, talking to one, that doesn't mean that 5 more can line up. I've called for them. You go through the council. You go through the coordinators, the head of the council. Who is taking it? Just Ava. My daughter takes care, I think, of most council matters. You go there if you want to talk to me. If it's serious enough, they'll refer you. And I say again, you counselors and coordinators, you act like you've got some sense. You act like you've got some responsibility. They watch your ass come drifting in here 45 minutes late. They watch your ass doing that. What right do you think I had to sit here and listen to me? You think I would have listened to me? I'm talking to the touches who did it. God damn it. I think it's insulting. I think it's grossly insulting. I think it's inconsiderate and lacking in empathy. You are not privileged here. The rules apply to everyone. Do I make myself clear? I would rather die and shed my blood than see this fucking elitism that thinks you have a right, goddammit, to put yourself above the rules. The rules are for one and all, and goddammit, every fucking one of you are going to keep the rules. With the pain I have in my head and the distress in my body, I'd just soon have a white night. So go over the fucking hill if you want to. Start some shit. So if I strike coordinators, I'll strike you. But the emotional tension, as he said, the one thing I need to have reduced. Last evening and yesterday afternoon was the most ungodly of all times. As everybody stopped me in the aisle, stopped me in the walks, sidewalks, as I prefer having them called, and jack paths. Let's give a civilized connotation. It's a lot of that done. Comrade Ingram's very articulate, but we don't talk about this place like it's some goddamn hole in the wall. We talk of our walks like sidewalks until they're built that way. We want to convey a respect, not a fucking jack path in some swampland. This is a civilized community that took a hell of a lot of work to build. Goddamn immense amount of work to build. Some of you don't realize that. And I'm sure the coordinators have been here for 3.5 years. You're getting tired. But I've been tired for 25 years. I'm tired of looking at people's faces that don't give a fuck. For 25 years I watch them. They don't give a goddamn. You can lay it out in front of them. They will not listen. They will not read. They will not do anything. And that's why I have to suffer every day and all night and all through the hours. Because I will have nobody but a few that will carry the burden with me. Because you hide yourself away in ignorance. Just as you say you're too dumb, you're stupidly naive to say that. You're just being a revisionist, deviationist to say that. You could be just as informed as the rest of us, but you don't want to take the price.
I'd also like to say that many of you find fault with those that work day and night to help him carry the burden, to make an excuse for yourself to do what you want to do. Are you hearing me? I'm going to say that again. Those of you who stand off and criticize those that help him carry the burden day and night to make an excuse for yourselves. I'm talking about the remarks about the elite, you know, those that are close. Well, I haven't heard any. I can't even name names. I just heard it in the past. You know, the elite in the radio room, that kind of stuff. The people who, some of those people stay up day and night. And some of you criticize them because you want an excuse for not staying up day and night yourself.
It's like San Francisco. San Francisco, right this very moment, crying race. Except Leona Collier, the only one that isn't crying race. Goddamn people sitting back, one minister sitting back with two women, can't decide which one he wants, and call over the radio to talk to both of them last night. Another one of them, proud black woman, a very beautiful black woman, that takes the husband of the woman here that was pregnant, Dennis Allen, very young, goes off, and all they do is fuck and play around, never work, and cry race because white folk are up in the radio room working 24 hours a day. I hate that hypocritical shit. I hate that goddamn shit. Cry race just so you can walk around in your fucking bourgeois clothes and not get your damn fingernails dirty, and you can be laying up, shacking up in a room and saying, I don't like it because white folk run it. What you mean is you're too goddamn lazy to help the white folk. Goddamn bullshit. And I mean every last one of them. I mean every goddamn last one of them back there, except Leona. Have to haul them out of here and have to bring them over here because of their fucking attitude, their funky goddamn shitty attitude. Sure, I got one white person that's shitty. And I got at least Martha, Jean Brown, in a fucking room every day, holding two jobs, and then going all night long with the radio. And somebody stand up and criticizing, we got white people in the radio room. Well, get your ass off and get in the radio room. Get your ass in the radio room. B.R. starts in her middle years, and she comes in the radio room at night. You can get your ass in there. If you want to get your ass in there, it's up to you. It's not you won't find it Pleasant Center. It's not Pleasantville. It isn't very funny in there. I don't think you'll find it as popularized as you think it would be. And I notice a whole lot of folks starting there aren't there anymore. With the exception of Lee, that's about all I see, and B. Some other things to do. There are black people who have got other things to do, coordinators and counselors. But some of you could surely be in there, and you could have learned the procedure if you'd wanted to. The emotional tension, yes, go ahead. The emotional tension factor is what I've got to watch. And when you take advantage, when you do that, you're creating a hell of a lot of resentment. A lot of goddamn resentment. And other people watch you stride that ass around, talk to whoever you want to, or come in when you want to. So who the fuck do you think you are? Who in the shit do you think you are? And they say, well, I don't have to listen to them. And yet it'd be different if some of you that don't, even some of you leaders that don't get here on time, or straddle ass around here. You don't know what the hell's going on either. You couldn't tell me shad from bad. You don't know Niger for the River Niger. You don't know one fucking thing about Africa. So God damn it, you be sure when you're walking around here and talking during my presentation of the news that you know the damn lesson, because I'm going to personally eyeball you and find out. I'm tired of these generalized tests. We're going to get down severely. I'm going to ask Comrade Principal to get down and we get these fuckers where we know whether they know or not. It's easy to throw a test question out and get somebody pass over some generalized bit of news. Teachers make great preparation of tremendous history, the great black souls that have died like coffee that have died on this soil and committed revolutionary suicide for freedom, and you don't know his name from black coffee. Some fool thought that the song that Marthea was singing about was about coffee. That's right, I'm telling you that's right. Thought to be singing about coffee. That's a great man who struggled and fought for liberation in this country and died. Rather than be taken a slave again, he turned his gun on himself and shot himself rather than be a slave again, because it was all over. His rebellion was all over. And he knew he'd be tortured. There'd be no point to it, so he committed suicide. Until you get some knowledge, you will not walk around like you got such, your shit don't stink. All right. That's the essential of the things that bother me. It bothers me that people take advantage. It bothers me that elitism reigns, and it's not in the radio room. There may be some of it there. If you see it, you point it out. Anytime you put yourself above a rule, you're an elitist. I don't care who you are, where you are, what your position. I'm not bothered by nobody. I am not bothered by nobody. I may let you get by with your shit, but you don't bother me. I mean, I let it get by. I hope you'll change voluntarily. I hope you'll feel. But I give up on feelings. I try to be my kindly, gentle self. It doesn't work. First place, I just repress all of the anger that I see. I don't want to take it and strike it at you, but anger. It makes me angry when people are sitting here in the comforts of 3 meals a day, and all they want to eat, and they won't learn what's happening over in Africa, where a whole nation like Transkei, the whole region, breaks away, surrounded, landlocked in South Africa, and they could all be wiped out by the sophisticated weaponry and missilery and the airplanes of the Union of South Africa, but they don't give a shit anymore. They'd rather be free and die today. The whole region, the whole state of Transkei and Union of South Africa on the tip of that continent, and some of you never even look when I point at it. And that's what irritates me. That gives me an emotional outburst. And he says, that's where I have to watch my danger if I have a stroke. But don't worry, you won't be penalizing me if I die. So I'll get back to the States. I bet you don't. I bet you haven't read some of the plans. I'm reading some today of my security. I'll bet you if you don't function, you won't get back. I never told him one thing to do, but you ought to read some of them. If I drop over here dead, you won't go. So if you're wanting to kill me, you won't go. I'm going to tell you, because I've read them all day long, because I've asked all of my security that I meet with a couple times a week. I've read all their plans, and they got you, baby. And they can all tell you, I never asked one of them to do a thing, but don't start no shit if I die. Don't start no shit, because some of them have got some plans worked out from A to Z. You say, well, some of the security I don't trust. Don't worry. The security you don't trust will be taken care of very actively by the security that are trustworthy. Oh, it's quiet. You thought you were going to die? You thought I was going to die and you're going to get to go home. Say, it won't work. It won't work if I die. Oh, yes, it will. It will at the point of a gun. You'll listen to Marshall at the point of the gun. By God, you'll get your ass together and you'll listen to whoever's in charge at the point of the gun. I didn't come all these fucking years, waste my life down through the years to see it come to nothing at the graveyard. Oh, no, you're not just going to put us a little shrine out there for me and then die. I didn't go through this sweat and blood to see this movement come to nothing. This is a part of the historical procedure, a historical change. I don't give a goddamn whether you like me or not. Fuck you. I don't give a shit whether you like the thing I say tonight. Don't fuck with me. I'll slap you silly tonight. But she said my blood pressure is raging pretty high at this moment. Well, I don't give a shit. I'll still rage. What the goddamn hell does it make a difference to me? You're killing me anyway, some of you pricks. You elitist pricks. You're killing me. Start some shit when I die. Time for you to line up now. You could have organized yourself. High blood pressure. That's a hell of a high blood pressure, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Get me the. I don't worry about dying. You won't need to start worrying when I die. I ain't worrying about dying. Nothing worry me. If I have a stroke, that don't worry me. I'll crawl out in the jungle and die. Fertilize then later the cassavas. They don't bother me. But you people gonna know who killed me. All you sons of bitches that do your elitist trip. Stand up thinking you're better than somebody else. Think you don't have to work the farmland. That's worried me all afternoon to see that we won't have anybody stay in 2 or 3 weeks. That'll be a major decision tonight. Not a lot of damn fool-ass reports. Anybody going to farm around here? Or does everybody want to be wear a white uniform? No, it's quiet now. Anybody going to farm? Is anybody going to try to feed us? Or do you expect manna to drop out of heaven like it didn't in Egypt? I'm sure it didn't drop out in Egypt. If the fool Moses couldn't get a leading from the Lord to lead him 40 miles, it took him 40 fucking years to get 40 miles going around in circles in the damn desert. I'm sure there was no food dropped out of heaven to feed this son of a bitch. I ain't never seen no food drop out of nowhere. Only bird shit drops. So, I want it clearly understood that those, if I die, that are guilty are those who've taken privilege. Those who walk around like cocks of the walk. Those who stand back and backbite. Or take their liberty to show up when they want to a meeting, or a security meeting, or do their security, or be late for their security, or to criticize security behind its back. Always these goddamn Monday morning quarterbacks. Always know how to fight the ball game on Monday. They know how to win the fucking ball game after it's already been played on Saturday. I'm sick and tired of hearing of these Monday morning quarterbacks. Why don't you talk up on Saturday while we're playing the game? Get your damn nose in it. But some people don't like to put themselves out. They like to be critics all the time. Used to be folks like that in the medical department. That's been somewhat corrected. Stand back. Always they knew how to do it better than the doctor after he'd already won the case. It's a goddamn good thing he never lost a case, because they stood up and ballyhooed to the moon. I don't want to get involved so I can stand off and criticize. I don't want to get involved in any of his surgeries or any of his medical treatment or the deliveries so I can stand back and criticize. Fuck you, Monday morning quarterbacks. Fuck you. You don't want to get involved with all the burden I have to carry on my shoulders. I've had to fuck for this cause. I've had to do every goddamn thing under the sun, and you still won't give me no peace. 180 over 130. I don't give a shit if it is. It can go up to 250 over 130. I'm still going to talk. Well, get me the medication now. I'm not worried about it. I'm sick of all you people doing this shit to me. All of you ought to feel guilty as hell. To whom much is given, much is required. I don't give a goddamn if I die tonight. I'm entitled to die tonight. If anybody deserves to die tonight, it's me. That's the way I feel about it. I think if anybody on earth deserves to die tonight, it's me. I'm in agonizing pain in my head, and I keep talking to the same motherfuckers who I put trust in. I put you in positions of trust, and you abuse it. You abuse it. You can't put somebody in trust. 90% of the time, they'll abuse it. If you give them a little bit of leadership, they take all the leeway they want to pull all kind of shit. And it isn't enough that I do to satisfy you. Somebody ought to block me today. Get 6 people that say thank you for fried chicken that cost us $5,000 perhaps yesterday. And here. Today you're griping about this and that and the other. Come in here to talk about Africa and some this one, that one, the other one stops me with some little picayune complaint. A lot of shit bothered me tonight. This goddamn organ could have waited till the news was over, but they had to get all, and I can understand the organist wanting a position, but 6, 7 people never want to listen, grab a hold of son of a bitch. All sorts of distractions. What's going to happen when I'm not here any longer? Who's going to stand and read all the news and listen through the static to your goddamn ear? You think you're going to go nuts trying to hear it. Listen to the static and then get in and articulate it with fact, yet with a socialist perspective when you can't hardly get one socialist broadcast. Who's going to do it? Hope you kept the tapes and safeguarded them. A little something to ease the pain so you can coordinate, that's all. You know, killers back there in San Francisco, they're not killing me. Oh yeah, they are. All those people back there starting racism in our camp. Our black Ku Klux Klan had a black chapter, the Ku Klux Klan, in Mississippi. Joined the Ku Klux Klan. They didn't join them. Whites won't have them. They made their own. So they believed in separatist. I don't know what's the matter with people, but in the United States, in my church, Leona Collier fighting with her blood pressure against motherfuckers that can stand back and play cards. People in the kitchen playing cards, goddamn their ass. People that should be packing our goods and wares, playing cards, goofing off. And Archie Imes and Leona, the only one carrying it. I said, that's all. I didn't add no other name. The only one's not hollering race. I don't mind people hollering race if there's racism and they're working. But it pisses me off when people holler race and they're sitting down in the kitchen all night long playing cards. I said, that pisses me off. Or for that matter, if you're sitting here playing cards all night. I don't object to your playing cards, but stay off of us, black and white, that are running the goddamn place in the radio room and putting up with the shit. Right. Anybody got anything to say about your damn complicity in what's killing me? You won't hear me say that often, but that's what's killing me. Indifference, insensitivity, ignorance, and taking advantage of your position and rolling around here like you're something special. I wouldn't give a goddamn. Some of you work hard. But when you roll around as special, you give every person watching you room. Every anarchist that may not carry the weight you carry, room. That's why when it says 7:30, everybody ought to be here. But there wasn't 3/4 of the people here. They weren't here. Not 3/4. Where's Jocelyn? And words with her, too. Yeah. Did you give any difficulties in town? You don't listen to nothing. You got a beautiful baby. I took care of your baby and went to see the baby every day. Even diapered the baby. But by God, I'm telling you, I don't appreciate this stuff. I heard there was problems in town. You didn't like to take advice, and you got in the race theme. You got in the race theme in town. Well, your husband knows something about it because I posed the question at the time. I counted on you. You were supervisor. You're part of my problem. Yeah, I counted on you. You were one of the field supervisors. I counted on you for the best in town, girl.
That's right, Dad.
Did I get the best?
No, you didn't.
What did you do wrong?
I was argumentative. I was defensive.
Make it difficult for a black woman who doesn't show any concern of race. Working class people are not supposed to be concerned about race. They're supposed to be concerned about principle. And Debbie, you ever give Debbie any trouble, black sister?
I never gave her no problems. She was never there. I mean, my business wasn't, I didn't get no instructions or nothing from her. She didn't have anything to do with anything I got. It's mainly Karen.
You know of any remarks about putting her down because she works with white people?
Did it? No, I never said anything about
I just said, did you know of any remarks? I didn't say you did it. I didn't say you did it.
Oh. I never heard any.
Well, they were made. That stuff kills me. People use this shit just to hide their own laziness behind. I chewed Karen's ass out every time something wrong. Every time she says something. Yesterday I talked to her about the essentiality of saying to your person's face what you think, and no snide-ass remarks. And her something she said to Chris Cordell Jones about noticing somebody jacking off in their pants. I said, what kind of damn talk is this from a secretary? And I jumped on Sharon, who's a marvelous woman who works her ass off, but because she's too defensive and too argumentative, we can have a white knight based on their judgments. Their judgments can mean the difference whether we have a white knight or we don't have a white knight. So I leaped on those people for 2.5 hours through the static. Her and I don't know who all. She and Mike Prokes for taking a bicycle ride, not letting people know where they are. But what all did you do wrong in town? You didn't get it.
At times when I couldn't get, if I didn't feel like I was getting my point across, I blew up and just started yelling at people at the person I was arguing with. What is it? I didn't follow through like I should on certain on certain important things that I should have followed through on. I was forgetful.
You didn't try to take leadership either, and you asked to come in and take part of leadership, and we all can take it on. And you didn't even try to do any of the leadership, and the only time you even began to try is when a whole bunch of people came through, but you still didn't follow through with that.
Especially since in Jonestown for that purpose.
The duties I had, I felt like my duties, which was medical and immigration and part of PR and some of the customs, I didn't feel like I could take anymore at that time because I didn't know. When I got there, my instructions were all written down, and I had to just read up on everything and feel my way through everything. And what I told Rhonda was what I felt my way through. So I felt like I shouldn't try to put myself in any other position before I knew exactly what I was doing.
Almost every single day, we got a report back about your attitude, about using. If you were, rather than be defensive about what it was, you always interpreted it as race. I don't remember specific instances of what it was about, but every single day for about a week and a half, we got a report back about your attitude.
I had a bad attitude, but I've never said anything about race.
It was not one person that said it. Everyone that was there said it. Every single person in Georgetown felt you were using race.
Oh, no, I did not. I mean,
You're lying. You use race one time or another. And all you come out there is lying.
Well, what were you doing when somebody white told you about a car and you had an accident?
I didn't.
When a white person gives you instruction and you react to it and don't listen to it, is that not race? If it's a sound instruction?
That's right.
I don't remember all these details because I forgive very quickly, but there's something about a goddamn car and stupidness out there. And you were the driver, and they ask you about it. Why in the hell you got no car out in the middle of nowhere with no fucking tire? And it was parked out there, Patty and Ravina stuck out on the damn road for hours?
See, I take Patty and Ravina, we went up to Linden, and the tire...
But you had no extra tire.
The tire, that was just carelessness on my part. I should have made sure there was a tire in the car.
But she asked about it. Whoever he's responsible, whoever even talked to it. But the point was, when Patty made some suggestion about it, when somebody said something to you, you got defensive about it. If I had her here, her memory's like an elephant. I can't with all this blood pressure. It makes it difficult for me. He knows. There was something about a vehicle safety one.
Right. Okay. The vehicle. Both of our vehicles have not had spare tires, and it was our responsibility even before she came in town. When I first came in town, neither one of our vehicles had spare tires. We just started last month looking for a spare tire for the Bedford, and there's no rims. So, if we'd started earlier, we could have got them. But, but as far as it goes, you listen to who you want to, and someone might say the same thing, but you'll accept it easier from some people, and it's 99% of the time it's race. About a year ago, I remember you even said you had a hard time, relating with me sometimes, but because of your past background, and that goes with everybody.
Radio people in the future, will they take down these points when their criticism risen, because she's evidently drawn a blank on it. There was something about driving a car too fast and leaving a car parked out.
I'll talk to you about that.
I'm sorry, excuse me, Dad, but I was careless when Mom was in the car. That was what B.
Mother was in the car, yes.
That's what B. Orset wrote up. I was careless. I did not. The car was coming. My distances. I was just careless about that.
Mother's spine was paralyzed till I healed it. All she needed just one crack, just one little whiplash, and that'd been the finish of her. She'd be paralyzed. Don't tell me that's not racist hostility. Not to assume responsibility is racism. We needed you. I begged you. Take